Hello, this is Rogue Mystic Divination, and this is a 72-hour pick a card for the weekend of October 11th, 12th, and 13th. You can pick a card for, or pick a pile for each day, or you can pick one pile for all 3 days. Doesn't matter. And if you find this some other time, this could also be for you, so don't totally discount it. This is just pretty much whenever I'm putting it up, so here is pile 1, or card 1, 2, 3. And there we go. It's a little bit better. So pick your poison, ladies and gentlemen, and we will move on in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. For pile 1, we have the Four of Cups in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So whatever it is that ends up going on with you this weekend, pile 1, you may end up finding yourself going back and redoing it. If you have a sudden awareness about something or someone, do your best to act on that information, and I want to say get the hell out of there. Even if this is someone that you love and trust, something else could be going on with someone connected to them, and you may end up finding out that this ends up severing your relationship with this person. In the long run, even if you do, this other person that they're connected with will end up falling by the wayside and separating from this person, and you will end up reconnecting at that point with an apology from this person that you've known for quite a while. There could be someone around you as well with the King of Cups in reverse giving bad advice. And this could be in relation to the Four of Cups, where this third party person is giving bad advice to this person that you've known for quite a while. They seem as though they may be an overbearing person, if not physically, then mentally and emotionally, and they could have come into this person's life pretty quickly. So someone could be attempting to utilize emotional manipulation against you, not just in this situation, but in another situation as well. It may even feel like it's a group effort to stress you out this weekend. And that's where we come up to the Nine of Wands. You have a lot of inner resources that somebody else or a group of people may have been feeding off of. Whether it's your intellectual input, your emotional guidance, or just a shoulder to cry on. At this point, you may end up becoming overwhelmed by what everyone is asking of you, and you start to draw a line in the sand, and other people are reacting badly to it. If there's one thing that angers everyone, and I mean everyone out the most, is whenever they're stressing you out and somehow they refuse to acknowledge it. They refuse to acknowledge the pressure that they're putting on you because they think it's so easy for you to do this for them. And somehow they're going to put the blame on you for something they should have had done and dealt with. I think that made sense. They're going to put the blame on you for something that they should have already had done and dealt with for not being done on you because they've been relying so heavily on you. And this is the first that you're hearing about it. So don't be afraid to draw a line in the sand this weekend and tell someone to go deal with it themselves. I think this happened the last time I did one of these readings. It was the same kind of situation. And if you watch that reading and you still ended up with this pile and with this kind of a message, these people may end up coming back and trying their luck again, because even though they do actually have the ability to face these challenges, which are minor in the overall macro of what's going on, they don't even want to do that for themselves. So this is a problem that you're going to end up stepping away from, and you may even have to change your number. Don't be surprised if they try and show up at your work situation or your someplace else that you go on a regular basis to try and catch you up in the middle of something else and confront you for leaving them, high and dry. But in reality, it wasn't you leaving them high and dry. They have more resources that you didn't know about that they will readily utilize, and they'll try and throw it in your face that, see, I got this done without you. And you don't care at that point. That just proves everything it is that you need to know right there. So pile 1, I'm going to go ahead and draw a bonus card. And if you have a yes/no question that you would like to ask, now is the time. And this is the answer. Take it or leave it, and always take everything with tarot with a grain of salt. This is your answer. It is yes. Regardless of what this is in relation to, the answer is yes. And if you're having a difficult time working through something, you will find the strength and the courage to stand up for yourself or stand your ground. If you have a passion project that you're looking to get interested in and start to utilize your resources towards, then you will be successful, and it will not be a waste of time, energy, or money for you. Of course, take this with a grain of salt and pace yourself. Just because you have the strength to throw everything all in one pot at one time does not mean that's what you should be doing. Take your time and work through it, and you will be successful. If you're waiting on somebody else to get something done on your behalf, it will come through. However, it may be a period of 8 days before you get an answer. Go ahead and check in with them and check on their progress, but do give them time to complete it entirely. You don't want to get half-finished project or material or information. You want the whole shebang, so just give it time to process, and it will end up being a positive outcome for you. Now we move on to pile 2. Pile 2, for this weekend, you have or for the next 72 hours, whenever you find this, you are going to end up having a positive interaction with someone that you may not have seen in quite a while. If you've been looking for love and support from family or friends or even colleagues, you will get that support. If you've been looking for answers or training, you will be successful. There is, however, going to be a situation where you end up either losing money, or someone who you're trying to partnership with on this endeavor, they're not going to be able to give as much input or as much skill into the situation as you wished. everything that you give them to do, they may end up procrastinating on, and eventually you will end up telling them, never mind, I don't need your assistance anymore. Thank you for coming, but this isn't working out. And you'll end up doing everything on your own. I do believe that is the learn from failure that you're going to get out of this situation. So it could be someone that's young and unskilled, and they have just bitten off more than they could chew, thinking that they knew what they were doing, and with a lot of bravado and energy. But as much as you may like this person, personality and skill are two different things, and you may be better off just doing this on your own for right now. This does not mean that this person is not going to be useful to you later on. They just need the skills and training to develop some before you can put them in that position. If you put this person in a different position or in a different department, maybe even knock them down to an entry-level position so they can gain the experience, later on they will be an employee that you can count on and that you can train into a management position later. However, this is not where they're at yet, and they need more experience. The Knight of Cups coming in could be someone that is trying to come in and lend a hand, but it does feel like there is a resistance to their assistance. If you are looking for some creative input, this person could help you out a lot with that. So don't totally discount them because you're in this position of, I just want to get it done myself. Get done what is necessary and what is already past its deadline or is coming up on its deadline, and work on that before you totally write this person off. Tell them that you will take a rain check, or you will position yourself later in the day or later in the weekend to hear their input. This could end up leading to a longer term goal that you both set outside of work or outside of your normal parameters. So keep an eye out for that. And it seems like any connection that you make this weekend will be for your betterment. You just have to work through some things, through some problems that are flowing from the week into the weekend. Be patient with yourself and others, and try and be as informed as you can through this weekend. And before I jump off of your read pile 2, I'm going to draw an additional card for you. This is for a yes/no question that you have, and this is your answer. As always, take this with a grain of salt. And your answer is no. If this is a fight that you've been focusing on lately, that your question was about, then the answer is no. This fight is not one that's worth staying in, because not only will you not win, but neither will anybody else. No one's going to get what they want out of the situation, because no one is right. No one has all the information. If you go away from this argument and you search out some more information and bring that back into the back to this group of people, that is whenever you're going to find success. These disagreements have come about because other people do not have the resources that they thought they had, and now they're blaming other people on either failure or something that's incomplete. If this is a relationship that you are asking about, no, it's not likely to move forward any further because of a lack of honesty or a lack of openness between parties. ensure that if you want to keep with this relationship, regardless of what kind of relationship it is, that you are open and honest with one another about what's been going on with you personally in your individual lives. Okay, and now we are going to move on to pile 3. Pile 3, we have a lot. We may feel like we're alone. And I don't know why we went from a you or to a collective thing, but if you as an individual pick this pile, then you and others around you may be feeling like you're alone. It could be something that happened with 3 individuals that you all experienced, and this could have been a major loss of life, an accident where 3 people died, or just an immense falling out over someone's decision to do something. You do have 2 relationships that you're still hanging on to, but you're not sure where exactly it is that they're going to go, because not only are they not filling the cup with love, but neither are you. You have a river right there, but it is a river. That bridge is over troubled water. And those rapids may be too vigorous to be able to get close to, so that's why there's a bridge there. You may have to end up going into the past and examining the foundation on which these relationships were built on, and then crossing back over that bridge over troubled water in order to face these 2 empty cups, these 2 empty relationships. If you're dealing with a Queen of Cups, and they don't have to be a water or an air sign, but if you're dealing with a woman who seems to be in her emotions or in her head a lot, it could be important that you approach this person with compassion and comfort and a calming nature. It's very important that you follow your intuition and you don't set hers off. This could be someone who is very dangerous whenever they are crossed, so be careful. She is a queen for a reason, and she does wield some kind of power. Now, that could be anything from family power, or it could be something like power over you, power over your heart. Maybe someone who can easily influence your emotions, and it's something you're not really sure exactly how they're doing it. So whenever you're dealing with this person, ensure that you come up with a little bit of a wall and a little bit of wherewithal, that so you can see them clearly and not be pulled by emotion one way or the other. This could be anger, this could be love, it could be any mix of things, and she's where she's at. She knows why she feels the way that she feels, and she is solid in that belief. Solid. And she has the receipts and the information and the data, the evidence as to why it is that she feels that way and why she has the right to feel that way. So be very careful, because this easily could be the troubled waters that you're trying to cross and break a barrier between the 2 of you. However, you need to see them clearly for who they are and what they are and why it is that they are the way that they are. With the Two of Swords over here, you have a decision and you're not going to be happy about either choice it is that you have to make. You've been avoiding this for quite a while, and this person is not going to make it easy for you, to say the least. If you are doing something that affects them, then they're going to want to know why. They're going to want to know exactly why it is that you feel this way, and even though this is coming off as a romantic relationship or a family relationship, it could be to deal with work, but it could be because if this is work, this could be because you made a decision, and even though you don't want to leave necessarily, you do not feel comfortable there at the workplace anymore. It could be because somebody else came in and decided to shoot their shot at ruling over everybody and telling people what to do, even though they don't have the seniority or the position within the company to, I don't know, be a big dick swinging. But management is also letting them do it, and you're not sure why. Even if you've brought this up multiple times with HR or with your other bosses who you have a long relationship with, even if you're avoiding this decision, it seems as though you will be walking away and trying to move on to either another position in the company, in another department, or into a retirement situation where you don't have to deal with anybody at all anymore. So, with that, pile 3, we are going to move on to a yes-no question with this card. Take this with a grain of salt, and here is your answer. It is no. The only way you're going to be able to turn this no into a yes is if you come clean about some of the things that have been going on, and this very well could include a sexual harassment suit. They may not realize that if this is a work situation, they may not realize that this person has been overreaching this much, and that some of the problems within the department haven't been caused by you or by anybody else, but by this person. So don't be afraid to be upfront whenever it is required of you. If somebody asks you a question, be honest about it and be direct. It may also come up that why didn't you say something about this before, or whenever they start to do this, and your answer may not be sufficient for them. Because you're used to working around people. You're used to tiptoeing around a situation and getting it done regardless of the negative impact somebody else may be giving to the team. So keep that in mind, and just keep in mind that this is a no answer though, so you shouldn't have to deal with this. And if this is in regards to something else, then I apologize for going on this long about this, but that's the vibe I was getting, so that's the rambling that you got. Pile 3, that is it. You have a good weekend, and stay safe out there. Don't let anybody step on your toes. You need them to tiptoe around their bullshit and their ego, so have a good weekend.